फ़र्ज़ कीजिए कि आप किसी रेस्टोरेंट या कैफ़े में जाते हैं और वहाँ जाकर आपको पता चलता है कि जो वेटर हैं या जो वहाँ के स्टाफ हैं, दे कांट हियर यू और दे कांट स्पीक टू यू। व्हाट विल यू डू? यू विल बी इरिटेटेड एंड यू विल लीव द कैफ़े। बट आज मेरे साथ एक ऐसे इंसान हैं who is providing them a life with dignity. Let's welcome Avinash Dugar.
थैंक यू।
सर, सबसे पहले ये जानना चाहती हूँ आपके बारे में, क्योंकि जब तक हम आपके बारे में नहीं जानेंगे तो आपके कैफ़े के बारे में भी नहीं जान पाएंगे। पहले अपने बारे में बताइए।
मेरा नाम अविनाश दुगड़ है और मेरा जन्म राजस्थान का एक शहर है बीकानेर, वहाँ हुआ है। मैंने अपनी स्कूल की पढ़ाई नेपाल में कंप्लीट की। फिर मैं 2005 में जमशेदपुर आया और एक स्टील इंडस्ट्री के साथ जुड़ा। 2015 तक मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी स्टील इंडस्ट्री में बिताई और 2015 में ऐसा संयोग हुआ कि मैं कहीं पे था और मैंने एक बहुत प्यारा सा टी कैफ़े देखा और वहाँ से मुझे एक इंस्पिरेशन मिला कि शायद मैं भी अपने आगे की लाइफ में कुछ ऐसा कुछ क्रिएटिव सा काम करूँ। और फिर एक चाय का कैफ़े स्टार्ट हुआ।
तो कोई इंसान एक कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ को छोड़कर ऑन द वीपी लेवल एक नया बिजनेस क्यों सेटअप करना चाहेगा? व्हाट वर इन द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड?
I was always a creative person, and even during my tenure with the steel industry, I had done many things with had a kind of creative element, you can say, and that probably was the reason I got a very good scale up in my life, in my career. But after having worked with the industry for almost 14-15 years, I asked myself, would I be working again or more years just only to make money and live a comfortable life? Then my inner soul said no. Rather, I would be doing something which I always wanted to do, a kind of legacy that I can leave behind for my generation, for my children, and they can proudly say that yes, he was my dad who brought a difference in the society. So I had that thing in my mind. I was looking for an opportunity, and the God was kind enough to show me a path which all I remember happened in the year 2016, and have been walking on that path basically.
What happened in the year 2016 after you left your job and today
Yeah.
you're here? What's your journey?
Yeah, difficult for me to quit the job and start a business because anybody who has had worked for so many years, it becomes very difficult to start a business suddenly. But then I happened to visit a cafe outside India, and that was a kind of source of inspiration. I came back. I started a kiosk, handheld kiosk on the roadside opposite GRD complex, and that was the time when I was selling 60 different odds of chai, and the society accepted, appreciated. In fact, they only asked me, Avinash, when are you going to open a cafe where we can come with the family? And that I remember was in the year 2016 when one fine day a deaf girl with her brother came to the kiosk for a chai. And since I was always into marketing, had a habit of talking more and more the way I'm doing now, this girl through her brother conveyed that she wants a job, but the society in general has nothing to offer her. That again gave me an idea, Avinash, why don't you open a cafe with people like them? So, and that's how the journey began.
The specially abled children in our society are not treated equally. So, did you find it difficult to train them or work with them initially?
Initially, very, very much, because I tell you, not there are so many other factors as well. The most important factor that I still find is a big hindrance to their life, their career, is the mindset of their parents more than the society. When the parents have accepted that my children, since he or she cannot speak, cannot hear, is good for nothing, he cannot do anything in the life. So they are like, okay, he is my child. So they support him or her with everything that they need. They give them good mobile phone, they give them good clothing, they give them good food, they allow them to just spend their whole time doing nothing. The number of such cases I see. Difficult for me also to approach those my founder members, all deaf girls. They were like, no, they're my girls, I cannot just let them go out and work in a cafeteria. Very difficult for me to convince their parents. Very difficult. In fact, I tell you, my initial 6-7 months or so, I had to take them from their house, bring them to cafe, drop them back again in the evening. The parents had a condition, no, you have to take them. It was like more than
Because of the safety
candidate,
reasons.
more than safety reasons, and they had no inclination also to work.
Yeah.
They were happy the way they were living.
Hmm.
So for me, it was a challenge. For me, it was a fight for my own sake, you can say, because I wanted to do something creative, and I thought this probably is something which I never saw before, which I never heard before. But I was feeling happy कि यार it's a challenging thing. Let's go on doing this. So yes, those 6 months, convincing parents, even convincing candidates. Candidates were somehow happy that yes, they are getting a chance to come out of their house and work, earn some money. Then the second thing was the language. Even I had no knowledge of sign language, so it was very difficult for me.
So did you learn that sign language?
I didn't. It was like being with them throughout this journey. Even now, I picked up slowly, gradually, and now I can easily communicate with them. I know good sign language now. It is only because of my team members being with them. I communicate with them, and that's how I learned.
Can you tell us a story, a real life one, that you have trained someone and that changed their life?
I think all my team members now, it was all like they were all always dependent on their parents.
Yeah.
But now, after they came to know that yes, they can work, they can earn a good salary, they support their family now. Whenever they need something at their house, they proudly say to their parents that एक अलमारी चाहिए. So they come and they say me कि yesterday I bought an almari for my house. Yesterday I bought clothes for my family. Yesterday I bought this thing for my family. They feel that yes, they are also contributing to their family, and that is something which is very important for everybody, even for us, even for you, even for me, and same thing with them. And when you say it changed their life, it has been now. There are a couple of members in my team who have been working since the day one, you can say. So like in 5 years, somebody working in a cafe culture, learning so many skills of cooking, of serving, of interacting with customers, and at the end of the day, getting a good salary. What else a person in our country can expect? Even during this time when getting a job is difficult, we didn't retrench any of our team members. Rather, we never say no to any deaf person. Now in our team, we have 3 girls who are orphans. For them, it's their house. For them, I'm their family. So and nothing matters more than this.
What's your future plans? Where do you plan to take this idea?
I always wanted to open many more such cafes with people like them. But as I said, very difficult. Even now, I'm finding it very difficult to convince other parents also. And as what happens is in general when it is difficult with the parents to convince, and when their wards are like of the age say 25, 30 years of old, and they have never had worked in their life, it becomes again very difficult to put somebody in the job when he or she has never worked. By the age of 30, 35, you have become used to living a very comfortable life. So that again something which I keep on telling parents of younger deaf children, that please and please, the education is not going to help them. You can't make a deaf person doctor, engineer. That is something which is impossible. But certainly if you can give them a skill, they can earn, they can learn, and they can live their life. So you cannot expect a boy or girl of 30 plus, 35 plus to now get a skill and put your body into hard working. So 18, 20, 25 is the good age where you must put them into work. This is what I do. This is what I tell all my parents. My future plan is to open 5 such cafes in 5 different countries, and that probably is the reason I started traveling to Vietnam, Cambodia, Russia, just to explore the possibilities of opening such cafes. Why again outside India has so many other reasons, but one of the most important reasons is I want to create history and record again that day from India running a cafeteria outside India. So that is something which is there in my mind, that how if I can really make this happen, how if I really can execute the plan that I have in my mind, that they from India are running cafes outside India comfortably. All I need is maybe the parents allow them.
Tell us something about your tea museum.
Yeah, on my second visit to Cambodia, I saw a teapot there in an antique shop, a very huge one. And being such an avid lover of tea and anything with the tea, I asked myself, Avinash, what about carrying this pot to your own cafe? Very difficult again, but then yes, I did make it happen. It reached Kolkata then to my cafe just a couple of months back only. After I got this teapot in the cafe, that again triggered me an idea. How about having a museum of teapots now? Because that is the largest teapot we have in the country, and we already have around 30, 40 odd, rare, different, very you can say
Collection.
attractive teapots. So I kind of like started finding more teapots from different places, and soon we are going to have 100 plus of them. We already have 50 of them now, more than 50 of them. It would be the country's one and only museum with beautiful teapots.
All the very best for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And a small message to all the young entrepreneurs who are willing to do something different from the league.
Yeah, I always speak from my heart, and there is a terminology called take a pic. When I say take a pic, is not you take out the mobile and take a pic. It's PIC, where P stands for passion, I stands for imagination, C stands for creation with creativity. So you must have a passion, and this is what I feel I have for this concept of cafeteria, La Gravity. Imagination, certainly you need to think creative ideas, something that can really make a difference around. And then unless you create your ideas, unless you take it out, do something substantial, will have no meaning. You have a passion, you have an imagination, but it will have no meaning unless you create something. When you are creating something, it should have a creative element also. So creation with creativity. So that is what I urge all the young entrepreneurs. Go for it. Whatever comes to your mind, any creative ideas, passionately do it. God will always help you.
Thank you so much for talking with us.
My pleasure.